In 2018, I had sold my company. Shortly after selling it, the transaction had completed, and I got a notice from the IRS telling me that I owed them $2.5 million for something that I had failed to do in 2016. So I'm laughing now because we resolved it, but the truth is when I got the letter, it was very unsettling. And rather than deal with what I thought was improper handling on the IRS part, the first thing that popped into my mind, which I think is the first thing that pops into so many, is how do I protect my assets? And I found Chris online as a asset protection, asset organization, and a tax lawyer. And so I made the phone call and came up and we had our first appointment. What helped me come to trust Chris was that he seemed, at least in the beginning, extremely knowledgeable. He knew exactly what I was referring to and willing to do what he needed to do to learn the laws that I was referring to. After Chris had to explain the law that the IRS wrote to the IRS agent, I was eventually completely loosed by the IRS. There was no fees charged. That's $2.5 million that they had automatically started pursuing me on, that took years of going through fighting them to finally come to a resolution of a zero balance. And that's all because of Chris and his staff. Now, on the other side of that, we were also doing all of my asset management. So we organized my finances and my assets into companies, and he arranged all of that stuff. He still handles it to this day. And then I got married a year ago. We had to come back and redo it and set it up so my wife's protected, my children are protected, and my grandchildren. So as the years go on, there's a very clear direction of what people need to follow for what I've set up for them for the future. I think one of the things that's hardest for families is that someone passes away and now the children and the siblings, and then they have to start going through and figuring it out. And I don't think it's their responsibility. It's our responsibility of the people with the finances and the assets to make sure our families are not only protected, but that we've already provided the way for them to do that. And I have entrusted Chris with that responsibility. He's done it very well.
Visit our website at nslawgrp.com to find out more, or call us at 360-292-4556 today to get started.